Fred here, welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel. In this episode we will be taking a look at the Canon VIXIA HF R40 high definition camcorder, so stay tuned. So some of you might be wondering why you need another camera. You had just got one last year and you're watching it right now. I'm going to flip this around. It's a Panasonic HC-V500M, and it is really a great camera. The zoom, the optical zoom on it's incredible. It has stereo sound. I think I had gotten it for about $250 when it was on sale. It has a built-in light, which I like. It does have its little issues, like all cameras always have something that sort of irks me. Sometimes the focus, it sort of is always searching a little bit in and out, and you can notice it with items that have like very fine detail. You can see it sort of coming in and out slightly. Things, little teeny things, but overall, really good camera. Is really happy with it. I could keep on going with it, but I wanted some other features. So I'll go ahead and point those out in a moment. This is the box that it came in. It cost $350, but it's still considered a low-end HF camcorder, or you know, digital video camera, whatever you call it. It uses these, you know, standard HD SD cards. It came with some cables. It has a USB transfer cable. It has a HDMI cable. It comes with your standard disc with software, which I'd never load because I take the cards out and put them in my card reader to get the video off it. And you get your registration, warranty, instruction manual, what you normally get with all the other cameras. So I'm going to get you in real close, and I'm going to go over some of the features. Not all of them. This is not a total review. This is just the features that made me want to jump from this camcorder to this one. So here's the camcorder, and you can see the battery sticks out quite a bit. Actually, one of the issues with the model before this one, the series before it, that from last year, is that the battery life kind of sucks. So with this new series this year, they went ahead and addressed that, and that's probably why the battery kind of sticks out there. It's big. So the overall dimension is just a little bit bigger than last year's Canon lineup for their low-end HD camcorder. Now, first thing, you have to manually do the lens as far as opening it and closing it, whereas on this Panasonic up here that you're looking at, it is automatic. Now, one of the things I needed to make sure that the camera that I had is that it has stereo mics, which it does. Has to have a good zoom. Now this, by the way, you can see it says 53 times zoom. That is not the actual capability of the optical lens. Actually, optically, it's a 32 times, and I generally never use the digital zoom to go any further than that because it makes your image kind of look like crap. So, why did I get this? Well, the first feature and the most important thing is, let me go ahead and open that lens up, is this right there. You see that? It has a mic out. And the reason why I wanted that is because with this camera that I have up here, the audio is okay. So what I would normally do is I'd get in my Blue Yeti and sort of simultaneously record onto my computer with my Blue Yeti here, which is upside down. There, so you can recognize it. And then I would have to edit it in with my editing software later on, which makes putting a video together take a lot longer, and I don't want to spend my whole life editing videos. So I wanted something that I could sort of do it right into the camera where I could be far away from the camera, not get an echo or an open room kind of sound, where I could put a lapel mic on myself and then run it right into that mic in there. So this is the cheapest camcorder you can find that has that feature, $350, the cheapest one that has a mic in. Now the other thing I was looking for is something that I can remotely control, turn on and off. So if I have this on the other side of the room and I have that, you know, lapel mic running all the way across the room to me, I want to be able to bang, hit a button and turn it on and off. Well, this has Wi-Fi. So what you could do is you could download an app onto your phone, and then it sort of gives you a preview screen, and you can also turn it on and off and zoom. So I'm going to go ahead and just bring up my cell phone here and Wi-Fi connect it real quick, just so I could give you a quick look at what it all looks like. So the way that this all works is this becomes a wireless hotspot. In the particular mode that I'm using it in, it becomes a wireless hotspot, and then you go to your cell phone and you go ahead and attach it to this hotspot instead of your normal hotspot you might have in your house, you know, your router. Have it attached to the camera. Then you start up the camera access software from Canon, and what happens is I'm going to go ahead and move this, and you can see there is a delay, but you can see, you saw that, how it's moving? I'm getting a live feed wirelessly through the Wi-Fi to my cell phone. Yeah, there's a delay, but that really doesn't matter as far as the application that I'm going to use this in. So I'll have this with my lapel mic across the room, so you'll get good audio, and then I don't have to get my big butt off the chair. I could just go ahead and hit the little red record button, bang, and it will start recording, and then I could hit it again and it will stop recording. You could also zoom. It gives you the ability to zoom, so I could go ahead and zoom in, and you can see on the camera it do it, and then you can see the delay. It's finally happening on the cell phone, and then I could go ahead and zoom back out. Pretty neat. Now there's some other really neat features about this application. You notice there's two red buttons. You have the record button that makes it record on the camera, but if I hit this lower one, the video is actually recorded by your cell phone, and then you could go ahead and, you know, send it to someone right from your cell phone. You don't have to do the transfer. So you can record using the camera, or you can record using your cell phone. Isn't that pretty cool? Now there's all kinds of other Wi-Fi features to this camera. You could have it instead of attaching it like this, you can go ahead and attach the camera to your access point and have it send video automatically to YouTube or to other services. But you have to, you know, I'm not going to go through how to set all that up because it can be kind of confusing, and I don't want to make this a very long video. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and switch cameras so you can see what this camera looks like before I wrap things up, and I'm going to go ahead and put the lapel mic on it so you can just hear how the whole package ends up sounding. Okay, I went ahead and turned it on via my cell phone, and I didn't have to get off my butt. Ain't that cool? Now you can see the audio is coming through this wire to a lapel mic. You can hear me pounding on it, probably blowing your eardrums out, so I don't have to scream across the room, and you don't get that echoey kind of sound. And you can see a little bit of a delay there, but you can I could just sort of watch and monitor it, and I can think of all kinds of fun things to do with this. Like I could go ahead and maybe put this up to a bird feeder and then sort of back off and watch it remotely, and when the bird comes up, you know, hit the button to record it and stop it. There's all kinds of fun things you could do with this Wi-Fi feature that I really like. Now, I can't remember if I mentioned it or not. This is 1080p. It could do up to 60 frames a second. It does the MP or the MPEG-4 format or the AVC HD format. That AVC whatever format sometimes can be problematic as far as software recognizing it. I can't remember if it was with iMovie I had to convert it first or nothing, but MPEG-4 is probably the best way to go. It's probably the most universally accepted by all kinds of different software. I just want to make sure that I don't miss anything here. You know, it has a really good zoom. It's pretty decent and low light. Battery life should be somewhere between an hour and a half. You know, when I started this up, it said it had about 120, well, a little over 100 something minutes, and it's been sitting around for half a week, and you know, after I fully charge it. So I don't know, it probably could get about an hour and a half is my guess. And as far as how much you can videotape, well, you could stick SD cards in there, you know, up to whatever sizes they could take. I don't know. It has an internal memory of 8 gigs, so you can run off that if you don't want to buy a card. But I always buy a card, and again, I don't use the transfer cable. I just take the card out and stick it in the card reader in the computer, and then upload it and import and do all that good stuff there. And it has all the other features that these camcorders of this class usually have. Nothing to write home about other than the great features that I talked about. Now, there's 2 features I wish this camera had, but you only can get so much for your $350, and I think you're getting an awful lot here. One is it doesn't have threads on the lens where you could put filters on there, or put like a wide angle or a zoom supplemental lens over the regular one. I had an older, this is like 2 generations old for me, a Sony, where it has a little wide angle lens that I screwed on there. And the other thing it doesn't have is it doesn't have a built-in light. My Panasonic right here that I did the first part of this video with, you can see right above the lens right there, it has a light. So this one does not have a light, and you know, as far as low light, it does okay. So if you know you're going to be in a really dark room, you might want to get some sort of supplemental light. Okay, that's all I really wanted to go over. This is not a big review. I haven't used this camera long enough to sort of rate it, but I just wanted to show off the new camera and let you all see, and you can tell me if it looks good or not, and if it sounds good. And you know, maybe I'll do a follow-up video in a couple of weeks where I'll go ahead and give it a rating. Okay, well, thank you very much for joining me here at the Gear Obsession channel. I hope you have a great evening and a great weekend, and I hope you had a good Halloween. I'm recording this on Halloween, but it'll already be over by the time you're watching it. It'll be November. Okay, well, take care, and I will see you next week. Bye.